Most men believe power is taken from them. In reality, they give it away, voluntarily, repeatedly, and often politely. They do it every time they explain themselves to someone who has not earned that explanation. Niccolo Machiavelli understood this dynamic centuries ago. He didn't frame power as cruelty or manipulation. He framed it as perception, timing, and restraint. And restraint, above all, is what most people lack. Explanation feels reasonable. It feels fair. It feels mature. But psychologically, explanation is a concession. It communicates that your position is uncertain and open to evaluation. When you explain your decision, your boundary, or your behavior to someone who is already challenging you, you are not clarifying, you are negotiating your status. Machiavelli warned rulers against placing themselves in positions where they could be judged by those beneath them, not out of arrogance, but out of realism. Hierarchies form naturally. They are sensed, not declared. The moment you feel compelled to justify yourself, you are signaling that the hierarchy is unstable, and instability invites pressure. This is why explanation almost never ends conflict. It escalates it. The more reasons you provide, the more angles others have to attack. You believe you are closing the argument. In reality, you are opening multiple new fronts. People do not listen to explanations to understand you. They listen to find weaknesses. In modern psychology, this is known as frame control. Whoever sets the frame controls the interaction. When someone questions you and you respond with explanation, you accept their frame, that you owe clarity, that your action requires validation, that they are entitled to assess you. Once you accept that frame, the outcome is already decided. Machiavelli observed that authority is maintained not by constant defense, but by consistency and distance. A ruler who explains every move invites scrutiny. A ruler who acts decisively and consistently becomes predictable in strength, not in weakness. Over time, people stop asking why. They adjust. This principle applies everywhere. At work, the person who delays explains appears unsure. The person who states and delivers appears competent. In relationships, the one who justifies boundaries appears insecure. The one who enforces them calmly appears grounded. In leadership, those who over-communicate lose mystique. Those who speak sparingly gain gravity. Another critical insight Machiavelli understood is that people rarely punish mistakes. They punish weakness. A wrong decision followed by confidence is forgiven faster than a correct decision followed by hesitation. This is not moral, it is psychological. Human beings seek stability. They follow those who appear internally settled. Explanation disrupts that perception. It suggests internal conflict. It signals that you are still debating yourself. And if you are debating yourself, others will gladly join the debate. Machiavelli advised rulers to project certainty even in uncertainty, not because certainty was always real, but because doubt spreads faster than error. Many men explain themselves because they fear rejection. They believe that if others understood their intentions, the rejection would soften. Machiavelli would argue that rejection is preferable to erosion. Rejection is clean. Erosion is slow and invisible. The man who avoids rejection at all costs eventually loses himself. This is why Machiavellian power values silence. Silence does not mean absence, it means control. Silence forces others to reveal motives, impatience, insecurity. Silence creates asymmetry. The one who speaks less reveals less. The one who reveals less has leverage. Most people cannot tolerate silence. They rush to fill it. They rush to repair tension. They rush to explain. This urgency betrays dependence. Machiavelli saw dependence as the true enemy of power. Whoever needs the interaction more loses it. Strategic restraint reverses this. When you do not rush to justify yourself, Others must decide how much they care. Often they care less than you think, and when they care more, they show it by pushing harder, questioning louder, demanding clarity. Each of these behaviors reveals where power truly lies. There is also an internal cost to constant explanation. It trains you to doubt your instincts. If every action must be defended, then every action feels provisional. Over time, this creates hesitation. Hesitation is the visible symptom of lost authority. Machiavelli believed authority begins internally. A man who trusts his own judgment does not need to persuade others of it. He allows outcomes to speak. Results silence arguments faster than words ever will. This does not mean becoming aloof or dismissive. It means becoming selective. You explain to equals. You explain to allies. You do not explain to challengers, testing your position. That distinction alone changes how people treat you. In this first episode, understand this foundation clearly. Explanation is not neutral. It either reinforces authority or dissolves it. Most people use it at the wrong time, with the wrong people, for the wrong reason. In the next episode, we will go deeper into why emotional restraint, not dominance, is the real source of Machiavellian power, and how men who master emotional containment become almost impossible to manipulate.